Most people will never be rich because they fear losing what little they have. They hold on to their paycheck, their savings, their security, afraid to invest, afraid to take a chance. They'd rather play it safe than risk failure. But here's the irony. By avoiding risk, they guarantee failure. Because wealth isn't built on playing it safe. It's built on calculated risk. It's built on making moves, learning from failures, and adjusting. The wealthy understand that money is a tool, not something to hide under a mattress. But the poor see money as something to protect, not something to use. And that's why it never multiplies. If you think there's never enough, there never will be. Most people live with a scarcity mindset, always afraid that money will run out, that there aren't enough opportunities, that success is reserved for someone else. And when you think that way, you make decisions from fear, not from confidence. You hoard instead of invest. You play defense instead of offense. You look for discounts instead of ways to create wealth. And guess what? You get exactly what you expect. Not enough. But wealthy people operate on a different belief. There is always more opportunities, more money, more resources. And because they think that way, they find it. Some people say, if I just had more money, all my problems would be solved. But money doesn't solve financial problems, the right philosophy does. A person with a poverty mindset gets a raise and immediately upgrades their lifestyle. Bigger car, expensive clothes, a fancier house. And in a short time, they are right back where they started, living paycheck to paycheck. Meanwhile, someone with a wealth mindset sees extra income as an opportunity to invest, to grow, to create more. The difference isn't in the dollars, it's in the discipline of thought. A poverty mindset focuses on limitations, what can't be done, why success is impossible, why the rich are just lucky. But a wealth mindset focuses on possibilities, how to grow, how to learn, how to turn obstacles into opportunities. If you believe success is out of reach, it will be. If you believe you are destined to struggle, you will. But if you believe you have the power to change your financial future, then the path to wealth begins to open. Your thoughts create your reality. The question is, are you programming your mind for poverty or prosperity? Because whichever one you choose, your life will follow. The difference between the wealthy and the broke often comes down to a single principle: responsibility. The wealthy take full ownership of their outcomes, while the poor make excuses. And here's the truth. Excuses might sound good, they might even feel justified, but they don't pay the bills. Some people spend their entire lives blaming the government, their boss, the economy, their upbringing. They say, I wasn't born into the right family, or I didn't get the right opportunities. But if success depended on being born into wealth, how do you explain the self-made millionaires who started with nothing? If failure was guaranteed by hardship, how do you explain those who rise from poverty to prosperity? The answer is simple. They refuse to make excuses. They decide that no matter what happens, they are responsible for their future. A man once told me he wasn't successful because of his parents. I said, that's interesting. I know someone else who became successful because of his parents. The same circumstance, but a different philosophy. One chose to use his past as an excuse, the other as a reason to succeed. And that's the key. The moment you take responsibility for your life, everything changes. You stop waiting for luck, and you start creating your own opportunities. You stop blaming and start learning. You stop wishing and start working. Wealth isn't about the money you have. It's about the mindset you develop. And that mindset starts with taking full ownership of where you are and where you're going. One of the greatest traps that keeps people broke is the addiction to short-term gratification, the need to have everything now, the latest gadgets, the newest car, the expensive vacation, all at the cost of long-term security. It's a dangerous mindset because it trades future wealth for temporary pleasure. The wealthy think differently. They understand the power of delayed gratification. They invest today so they can enjoy a greater reward later. They sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term gain. But the poor mindset says, I work hard, I deserve to treat myself. And before they know it, they're trapped in a cycle of spending everything they earn. I once knew a man who got a raise at work. Instead of investing or saving, he upgraded his car, increased his spending, and within months he was back where he started, living paycheck to paycheck. That's the trap. More income doesn't solve financial problems if the habit of short-term thinking remains. Wealth isn't about how much money you make. It's about how much you keep, how wisely you invest, and how disciplined you are with your choices. The poor mindset says, I'll worry about the future later. The wealthy mindset says, what I do today determines my future. And that small shift in thinking makes all the difference. One of the greatest reasons people stay broke is simple. They don't know any better. It's not that they lack intelligence or ambition. It's that they lack financial education. And what you don't know will hurt you. The wealthy understand money, how it works, how to make it grow, and most importantly, how to keep it. But most people were never taught these things. They go through life working hard, earning money, and spending it just as fast, never realizing that wealth is a skill, one that must be learned. Some people say, if I just made more money, all my problems would be solved. But that's not true. Without financial education, more money only magnifies the problem. There are people who win the lottery, and within a few years, they're back to being broke. Why? Because they never learned how to manage money. On the other hand, there are people who start with nothing, but through learning, discipline, and the right financial habits, they build fortunes. The wealthy read books on investing, study business, and learn from those who have succeeded. The poor mindset, on the other hand, says, I don't have time for that. But let me tell you, if you don't take the time to learn about money, you will spend a lifetime being controlled by it. Wealth is not an accident. It's the result of knowledge applied with discipline. And the sooner you commit to financial education, the sooner you take control of your financial future. If you spend enough time around negative, broke, and unmotivated people, don't be surprised if you end up just like them. Poor thinking is contagious. It spreads like a virus, affecting your attitude, your decisions, and ultimately your results. You start hearing things like, money isn't everything, or rich people are just lucky. And without realizing it, those ideas take root. Before long, you start believing them. And once you accept those thoughts as truth, they shape your actions, keeping you exactly where you are. The wealthy understand that environment matters. They seek out people who challenge them to grow, who think bigger, who encourage success. If you're always surrounded by people who complain about their jobs, blame the government, and make excuses for why they can't get ahead, guess what? You will start doing the same. But if you spend time around those who are building businesses, investing wisely, and constantly learning, their mindset will rub off on you. Years ago, I had a friend who was stuck in a cycle of financial struggle. Every time he tried to improve, the people around him would pull him back. They'd say, why work so hard? Just enjoy life. Or, that stuff doesn't work. You're wasting your time. And for a long time, he listened. But when he finally made the decision to change his circle, everything changed. He started thinking differently, acting differently, and soon enough, he got different results. If you want to be wealthy, surround yourself with those who think wealth. Find mentors, read books, and engage in conversations that elevate your mindset. Because whether you realize it or not, you will become like the people you associate with. Choose wisely. One of the greatest traps that keeps people stuck in financial struggle is the fear of risk and change. The need to play it safe, to stay comfortable, is what keeps so many from ever reaching their full potential. They say, what if I fail? But the real question should be, what if I never try? Because staying where you are, refusing to take a chance on something better, is the surest way to guarantee failure. Wealthy people understand that success requires stepping into the unknown. They don't avoid risk, they manage it. They educate themselves, they prepare, but they are not afraid to take bold action. Meanwhile, those who fear change cling to job security, afraid to start a business, afraid to invest, afraid to grow. They wait for the perfect moment, but it never comes. And while they wait, opportunities pass them by. Nothing great was ever built from the comfort zone. The wealthiest people in the world all took risks, calculated, educated risks, but risks nonetheless. If you want to change your financial future, you must be willing to step into uncertainty, to take action before everything is perfect, because playing it safe isn't really safe at all. Your income is a direct reflection of your personal growth. If you want to earn more, you have to become more. But most people are looking for shortcuts. They want more money without more skills. They want a better life without becoming better themselves. That's like demanding a harvest without planting the seeds. It doesn't work that way. The wealthy people understand this principle. They invest in their knowledge, in their skills, in their mindset. They read books, attend seminars, seek mentorship, and constantly push themselves to grow. Meanwhile, those who struggle financially spend their time on entertainment rather than education. They'll spend thousands on a new television, but hesitate to buy a book. They'll waste hours on distractions, but won't take 30 minutes to learn something new. I once met a man who complained about his low income. He said, "I've been working the same job for years and I never get ahead." I asked him, "How much have you invested in improving your skills?" He looked at me confused. "I just do my job." There's the problem. If you're only doing what you've always done, you'll only get what you've always gotten. Your income rarely exceeds your personal development. You don't get paid for time. You get paid for the value you bring to the marketplace. If you want to increase your wealth, increase your value. Read, learn, grow, because the moment you stop investing in yourself, your financial future stops growing too. If you don't have a vision for your life, you'll become a part of someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. Most people wake up, go to work, come home, watch TV, go to bed, and repeat the cycle for years. No vision, no goals, just drifting through life, hoping things will magically change. But life doesn't work that way. Wealth, success, and fulfillment don't just happen. They are created by those who take charge of their future. The difference between the wealthy and those who struggle is that wealthy people are intentional. They don't just let life happen to them, they design it. They set goals, make plans, and take action. They see the future in their mind long before it becomes reality. Meanwhile, those who stay broke are simply reacting to life, going wherever the wind blows. And the problem with drifting is that you never end up where you want to be. I once met a young man who told me, "I just go with the flow." I said, "That's great if you're a dead fish. But if you want to build wealth, you need direction." Imagine getting in your car with no destination. You drive around aimlessly, wasting fuel, time, and energy. That's how most people live their lives, driving with no map, no plan, no vision. The first step to changing your financial future is deciding exactly what you want. Not just, "I want to be rich." That's too vague. You need specific goals. How much do you want to earn? By when? What skills do you need to develop? What steps will you take daily? Without clear goals, you have no target. And without a target, you'll never hit anything. The wealthiest people didn't just stumble into success. They had a vision. They wrote down their goals. They reviewed them daily. They took consistent action. If you don't know where you're going, you'll end up nowhere. The time to decide your future is now. You can have the best ideas in the world, the most well-thought-out plans, and a vision so clear it feels real, but if you don't take action, none of it matters. Thinking alone won't make you rich. Success doesn't reward those who intend to do great things. It rewards those who do great things. Too many people sit on the sidelines waiting for the perfect moment, waiting until they feel ready. But the truth is, action creates readiness. You don't wait until you're confident to start. You start, and that's how you build confidence. The wealthy understand this principle. They don't wait for all the lights to turn green before they start driving. They take action with what they have where they are. They understand that mistakes are part of the journey. You can't think your way into success. You work your way into it. If you make a mistake, you learn. If you fail, you adjust. But you keep moving. A friend once told me he had a great business idea, something that could change his financial future. But every time I asked him about it, he had another excuse. I need more time. I need more money. I need more knowledge. Years went by and he never started. Meanwhile, someone else with half the knowledge, half the money, and half the time did start, and now they're successful. The difference, one took action, the other kept thinking about it. Most people fail, not because they tried and lost, but because they never tried at all. They let fear, doubt, or perfectionism hold them back. But let me tell you, imperfect action is always better than perfect inaction. The person who takes one imperfect step forward is still ahead of the person standing still. Wealth doesn't come to those who wish for it. It comes to those who work for it. The time to start is now.